Well, viewers, two big stories tonight, and we'll focus on each one of them. One, of course, concerns the ongoing Bharat Jodo Yatra being undertaken by Rahul Gandhi, and the other, an unprecedented protest in the national capital by Indian wrestlers. We'll come to both those stories, but first, viewers, how can the Congress claim to be on a Bharat Jodo Yatra that, as the name suggests, aims to unite India, all its geographies, when its leadership and the party's scion, Rahul Gandhi, decides to avoid unfurling India's symbol of serenity, the Tiranga, from the Lal Chowk? Now, any primary school student will tell you that the Lal Chowk is that hallowed symbolic ground in the heart of Kashmir, the de facto crown of India that thousands have sacrificed their lives to secure. Viewers, when separatists in the past have wanted to claim that they had the upper hand in the valley, what would they do? You tell me, viewers, what would they do? They would make a beeline for the Lal Chowk, where, viewers, they would pelt stones or carry out acts of vandalism against government assets. To do what? To prove their supremacy. For the record, the Congress party has made a bizarre excuse, saying that they cannot follow the RSS agenda. Viewers, this is rather unfortunate. It sounds like a pretext. And it does so because, viewers, many people will say today, and the BJP is already saying it, and other patriots, veterans, army veterans are saying it, that obviously Rahul Gandhi cannot unfurl the tricolour, the Tiranga, at the Lal Chowk because he walks hand in hand with those who berate the country and question its forces, slander its forces, and also, viewers, don't have any regard for the tricolour. Who are we talking about? We are talking about the likes of the Abdullahs. At least that's what a large number of BJP, as well as, viewers, many veterans are saying. They're also referring to Mehbooba Mufti, who opposes Article 370, viewers. And they're all being invited, of course, by Rahul Gandhi to this Bharat Jodo Yatra. No wonder, they say, that Rahul Gandhi cannot go ahead and unfurl the Tiranga because of appeasement politics, because of vote bank politics. And you know, Kashmir is headed for an election sooner than later, viewers. Anyhow, listen first to what the Congress has said.
क्या लाल चौक में तिरंगा लहराना उनने आके?
नहीं, लाल चौक का तिरंगा ये फंडा हमारा तो हमेशा लाल चौक में तिरंगा रहता है, क्योंकि हमारा ऑफिस ही प्रदेश कांग्रेस का लाल चौक में है। तो उसका कोई ये आरएसएस का फंडा लेके हम नहीं जा रहे हैं। हम हमारे ऑफिस में झंडा लहराएंगे, और ये जो तिरंगा चेहराना का जो तिरंगा वो लेके कन्याकुमारी से आए, वही झंडा हम यहाँ पे एक बार फहराएंगे।
कहाँ पे? श्रीनगर में?
श्रीनगर में।
That's AICC in charge of Jammu and Kashmir, viewers. She is not some peripheral leader. The Congress party and its scion Rahul Gandhi have clearly forgotten that Rahul Gandhi's great-grandfather unfurled the tricolour on Lal Chowk. Those are the pictures that we have been able to dig out of our archives. He has forgotten that Nehru invited the RSS to the Republic Day parade because of their valorous service to India's cause in the '62 war against China. Was he also peddling an RSS agenda? Has Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party forgotten that senior Congress leader and Gandhi loyalist Pranab Mukherjee, who also rose to become the President of India, visited the RSS headquarters and also referred to its founder Hegdewar as a true son of the soil? Not just that, viewers, has the Congress forgotten the sacrifice of thousands of Indian braves and patriots who have died to secure Kashmir and rid it of the mange, viewers, of separatism. Has the Congress forgotten this? No wonder today, viewers, many people are questioning whether the Bharat Jodo Yatra can claim to unify India without even approaching the hallowed ground, that square of sacrifice, viewers, called the Lal Chowk, and not unfurling the Tiranga there. That's the fundamental question that is being asked. Now, viewers, let me tell you, when you're walking alongside, when you embrace people who promote soft separatism or who are separatists, remember, viewers, the Congress party's leadership in the past has not just engaged but welcomed the butchers of Hindus to the Prime Minister's office. It has embraced the likes of Gilani, who were Pakistan's catspaws in the valley. Now, when you are obviously part of that ecosystem, you can't do what these brave Kashmiris are doing, viewers. And some of them are Muslims. In fact, a large number of them were Muslims. And we will have one Kashmiri youth here with us who unfurled the tricolour at the Lal Chowk. Was he also promoting, viewers, the RSS's agenda? This is rather unfortunate. And let me just talk you through, viewers, what some of the Congress's good friends and allies have said recently and over the last few years. And you tell me if they're well disposed towards our country. Mehbooba Mufti, July 2017, said, none will hold Tiranga if Article 370 is revoked. Well, let me tell you, viewers, that the Congress party wants Article 370 to be reinstated. Maybe that's why they don't want to hold the Tiranga, because it's been revoked. Is that the reason? Maybe Mehbooba is the only person telling the truth. It might sound ironic, but I am being ironic. Mehbooba Mufti said, we'll hoist tricolour when we get the Jammu and Kashmir flag back. That is, when 370 is brought back, viewers. October 25th, 2020, PDP workers removed the Tiranga and put it in their headquarters. This is exactly what the Congress wants to do. So the Congress is following in chapter and verse the line that has been taken by Mehbooba Mufti. In fact, the Gupkar alliance that the Congress party has supported adopts the Jammu and Kashmir flag as a symbol, not as a Tiranga, not the Tiranga, viewers. Now let me tell you, viewers, in the past, we have had several people going out there and hoisting this tricolour with pride. Tiranga at Lal Chowk, first time after independence, viewers, was especially after the troubles in Kashmir, was hoisted by Sushma Swaraj and Arun Jaitley. But they were arrested. They were arrested in 2011. In 2016, a 15-year-old was prevented from unfurling a national flag. Patriotic fervour in Lal Chowk after Tiranga was flying high. In 2017, over 200 BJP activists detained as precautionary measure. Not only in Lal Chowk, tricolour unfurled across Kashmir. That's all happening now, viewers, as opposed to earlier. And there are many such examples. I want to open this up tonight and ask some basic questions, and I want to begin with some of those who represent the Congress party. I want to first begin with Kamru Zaman Chaudhary, leader of the Congress, a very senior leader of the Congress party. We also have with us General G.D. Bakshi and Dr. Anand Ranganathan, the national spokesperson, the Bharatiya Janata Party, Nalin Kohli, Sajid Yusuf Shah from Lal Chowk. He is the organizer of the Unfurling Tricolor campaign. Maybe actually, I should start with Sajid Yusuf Shah. Sajid bhai, welcome to this show, and I salute you for your patriotism, and I want to ask you, when you go and unfurl the tricolor, are you following the RSS agenda? Or are you doing it to salute the honor, the sacrifice of thousands of men in uniform, individuals like General Bakshi who have served in the valley, fought tooth and nail to secure Kashmir, as well as Srinagar and Lal Chowk? Whose name do you do it in? The RSS or the patriots, Muslims and Hindus alike, who are ready to sacrifice everything to see the tricolor flying proudly in Lal Chowk? Who do you do it for? Please tell us. Sajid Yusuf Shah tonight. Viewers, listen to him.
Rahul, first let me tell you one thing. It's not just because for the Congress and all allies of Congress, it may be just cloth for them. But for us Indians who believe, who have just Indian mindset, who believe in idea of India, we believe this is not just this cloth. It is the emotions of all the Indians across the world. And let me tell the Congress people here, if they might be just watching this program, I must tell them one thing, that if you believe that hosting tricolor on the Lal Chowk is a RSS agenda, then let me tell them straightforward that I am proud of the RSS. At least they don't carry the mask which you are having, the mask of hypocrisy. Like you have joined the hands with your allies, let me name them as names, let me shame them also. These are Mehbooba Mufti, the same Mehbooba Mufti who are part and parcel of Pakistani agenda. Let me tell you the name of Farooq Abdullah, who always say that we should talk to the Pakistan. Why should we talk to the Pakistan? Because I will tell you the straightforward, because they have the agenda. They work with an agenda. That is the problem. Let me tell you one thing, that those who host tricolor in every nook of the Kashmir Valley, they are the proud Indians, because they are aware about the sacrifice of the Indian Army Jawans who sacrificed their lives for this tricolor. And I am one of them. I am proud that I was one of them who hoisted tricolor on 26 January on top of Clock Tower. Let me tell the Congress that it's not everyone's cup of tea to hold a tricolor. You should be Indian from your heart and mind. It's not only you are holding the tricolor and they're saying that Bharat Jodo Yatra. What does Bharat Jodo Yatra means? They are the same people they are the same people who are claiming that this Bharat Jodo Yatra will unite all the peoples. Let me ask them as a Kashmiri, where is my POK? You gave the POK to that country who is the responsible for the killings of thousands and lakhs number of people across the country, and you are expecting that we will join this hands with this Congress. Congress is responsible for all the mass creation in the Kashmir Valley. And today, I must tell them, where are the other people who are saying this Gukar declaration? Where are the other gang? I must tell you one thing, who are ready to join this Congress, so-called Congress. It's Mehbooba Mufti, Umarud, and CPIM, Tariq Ami. No other than all the other gangs. What are the other gangs? Because they are everywhere. These are the Congress.
They are all scratching each other's backs. They are all scratching each other's mangy backs. Mangy.
It is actually family Jodo Yatra. It's not Bharat Jodo Yatra. I must tell you one thing.
I salute you, Sajid Yusuf Shah. You have spoken like a true Indian patriot. And let me tell you, sir, that Lal Chowk and flying or hoisting the tricolor, the Tiranga at Lal Chowk, it's a symbol of India's territorial integrity. It's a symbol of sacrifice. It's a symbol of normalcy. It's a symbol of Kashmir's synthesis with India. It's a symbol of national integration. And it is certainly not a symbol of any one political entity. If the Congress had any sense, Rahul Gandhi would march there proudly. Should he not? Kamru Zaman Chaudhry, you are telling me that you want to unite this country and skip Lal Chowk?
Rahul,
you will not go and unfurl the flag because Mehbooba Mufti is going to have a panic attack? Because she doesn't like it? Because her feelings will be hurt? Is that the reason, Kamru Zaman Chaudhry? Because she won't attend your Bharat Jodo Yatra? Because Abdullah will probably start, I don't know, itching at a sore. I don't know. What is the issue?
Rahul.
Kamru Zaman Chaudhry.
Rahul, I got your... Yes, I got your point. Now the point out here is that do we need a Rahul Shivshankar alias RSS or the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, as you call it, the RSS, or those people who are rhetorical pseudo-nationalists who are pleading for Congress party to decide on the program that Nagpur wants it to do?
Listen.
How hypocritical this is.
Listen, Mr. Chaudhry.
Are we going to decide
Mr.
our program
Chaudhry,
basis on the what
Congress
RSS wants us
in
to
alliance
do?
with
It
the
is
National
never going to
Conference.
be.
I want to
Because
put facts
it's
out.
simple
Listen, I'm
reason.
not getting into rhetoric.
Let me finish.
No, 1 second. Mr. Chaudhry.
So was BJP. BJP in alliance with the
yes,
PDP.
But then they snapped it and they didn't go back to it.
So was BJP in alliance with the PDP.
They snapped it and they didn't go back to it. And let me tell you, after that,
so we
they
also
went ahead.
snapped it.
No, one second.
No,
they went
I
ahead.
just want to bring up the role of the national flag.
Kamru Zaman Chaudhry, the BJP, which will answer, and I've never been a fan of that alliance. And I would think that it was the greatest betrayal. Forget about anyone else of the Hindu cause. No, 1 minute. Simply because the PDP, Miss Mufti and company, were part of a grand cover. Listen to me. No, don't try to draw a false equivalence. I just want to put down certain facts. You don't have the guts to renounce your equations with National Conference. Now let me tell you.
Brag about Article 370.
Kamru Zaman Chaudhry.
Rahul,
1 second. Kamru Zaman Chaudhry. We can agree to disagree, but I'm not going to shout. No, I'm not going to shout.
That I am to ask.
I am not going to shout.
Through you.
I'm not going to shout. I'm going to ask a pertinent question of you.
I'm going to ask 2 questions to the BJP representative through you.
Please, ask
if
6.
you permit me.
But explain why Rahul Gandhi has such a antipathy to the idea of unfurling the Tiranga at the Lal Chowk. Just explain this to us. You can ask as many questions. Is it a crime?
30 seconds. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Do you think that Hazratbal is different from Lal Chowk, or Kargil is different from Lal Chowk, or Jammu is different from Lal Chowk? We are all proud of the Kashmir that is with India. There is no doubt about it. Now, chest-thumping nationalism doesn't work. The hypocrisy of the Bharatiya Janata Party, let me just remind you, we talk about Article 370, Rahul. There is Article 371 in the Northeast. You talk about the national flag of India not being the only flag in Jammu and Kashmir prior to 370. Now, can you tell me the present-day governor of Tamil Nadu, Mr. Ravi, he was the interlocutor in the Naga peace talks with the Naga army insurgents. Now, do you think that India is going to accept to a separate constitution of the Nagas and a separate flag of the Nagas? What was the accord did they do with the Nagas by Narendra Modi ji and through Mr. Ravi? They have not yet disclosed anything.
Now, 1 second, Mr. Chaudhry, you've spoken your mind. Have you spoken your mind? Okay,
when
now,
we speak of Kashmir as an
okay, I have to lower your fader if you just keep on bleating. Now, calm down. Okay, please. You made your point. You made a lengthy point. I've given you all the time. You haven't asked your question to the BJP. But nonetheless, let me tell you this. You're digging your own metaphoric grave tonight. Let me fact check you. Here's what Farooq Abdullah said in 2017. Remember, Farooq has also joined the Bharat Jodo Yatra. He is the one who made hoisting the Tiranga at the Lal Chowk a test of normalcy. He didn't ask anyone to do this in any other part of Kashmir. This is what he said. They, the center and the BJP, are talking about raising flag in POK. I asked them, first you go and raise the tricolour at Lal Chowk in Srinagar. They can't even do that here. And they are talking about POK? This is what he said. If you don't like to hear the truth, then live in the untruth. The truth is that POK is not our part and this JNK is not their part. That is the truth. Abdullah said, defending his comment that POK does not belong to India. These are his words. I'll tell you what his son, illustrious son, said. Omar Abdullah, when he was in alliance with the Congress party. Unfortunately, the BJP is never happy if there is not fire somewhere or the other. When Kashmir is burning, that's also a problem for them. Then is it my fault why Kashmir is burning? Now that Kashmir is quiet, they want to set it on fire again. My minister is going to hoist the tricolour in Srinagar in the middle of the stadium taking a salute. What's the need for individuals to hoist flags? Omar Abdullah, Farooq Abdullah don't like the idea of India's Tiranga flying high in Kashmir. Especially at the Lal Chowk, Mr. Kamruzaman Chaudhry and your boss, your putative boss, your shadow boss, Rahul Gandhi, is marching with them. Perhaps that's the reason why. Let me bring in Dr. Ranganathan also. Let me bring in Nalin Kohli. Let me bring in General Bakshi. Let me bring in Tehseen Poonawala. All of them deserve to speak. Dr. Ranganathan, what's your take tonight? Rahul Gandhi says, or his party to be very precise, after he said that he was going to fly the Tiranga at Lal Chowk, suddenly has done a U-turn and said, no, we're not doing it. We don't want to follow RSS traditions.
Good evening, Rahul. I'll tell you why he's done a sudden U-turn. Not that he's not adept at doing sudden and non-sudden U-turns, but the fact is, at least in Kashmir and at least as far as Rahul Gandhi is concerned, the man is known by the company he keeps. So let's look at Rahul Gandhi's friends in Kashmir. Number one, Farooq Abdullah. Let me quote him verbatim. Quote, they want to abolish 370 and we'll remain silent. Inshallah, we will fight. We dare them. Allah would want that we gain independence from India, unquote. The other friend, Mehbooba Mufti, she threatened rivers of blood if 370 was abrogated, rivers of blood. She shed tears and mourned the death of terrorist Wani. She said, quote, flags other than the tricolour will fly if 370 was abrogated. She threatened sedition by saying, quote, why would a Muslim majority state want to stay with India, unquote. But, there is a saying that an apple never falls far from the tree. So let me quote a few historical examples as well. Let me utter a quote verbatim, now that I'm in a habit of this right now. Quote, nothing wrong with having the Union Jack in a corner of our flag. We must take note of virtues of the British, unquote. You know who said this? Mahatma Gandhi. The same virtuous British killed 35 million Indians, manufactured 12 famines, drove our life expectancy to mere 32 years in 1947, looted 45 trillion, broke us in two. And finally, if I may dare, can I correct you also? You were talking of hoisting of flags and unfurling. Rahul, did you know that on August 15, 1947, Mountbatten told Nehru to not lower the Union Jack because, quote, it would make him unhappy. Nehru agreed. The Indian National Army protested. They weren't allowed to enter the Red Fort. The British flag wasn't even lowered on our Independence Day. And finally, 30 seconds, as for Mr. Chaudhry's and Congress's claim that no one from the RSS took part in freedom struggle, I guess they have graduated from the WhatsApp University. They don't know the legendary names like Dada Nayak from Chimur, Maharashtra, Ramdas Rampure, Sant Tuktoji Maharaj, and Hemu Kalani. So what I'm saying is that, I repeat, an apple never falls far from a tree. And this tree, let me give this to Rahul Gandhi, is 100 years old. So you have to quote all the historical antecedents.
Well, Dr. Ranganathan, thank you for that bit of perspective. You didn't mention rotten apples, though. The ones that are growing.
Kashmiri apples.
Yeah, rotten Kashmiri apples. I wish you had also talked about how far they fall from which tree. But okay, I think we get the drift, viewers. And I want to bring in very quickly Mr. Tehseen Poonawala and General Bakshi and Nalin Kohli. Mr. Tehseen Poonawala, Rahul Gandhi dreams of hoisting the national flag at the Lal Killa in 2024 August 15th. But he can't even hoist it at the Lal Killa, at the Lal Chowk in Srinagar. Your colleague on this show, Kamruzaman Chaudhary, says, oh, do it in Hazrat Bal, do it here, do it there. And General Bakshi is sitting there and he's scratching his head and wondering, why then do separatists run straight to the Lal Chowk whenever they want to suggest that things are not normal in Kashmir, or when they want to suggest that there is strife in Kashmir? Separatists, when they were given a free run, used to hold protests at Lal Chowk in 2016. The Hurriyat had also called for a referendum march in Lal Chowk. Why? If it's not so important. And therefore I ask you, is Lal Chowk not important? Should we just flatten it out?
Thank you, Rahul, for having me on this show. And at the onset, I want to thank General Bakshi for his services. It is because of people like him.
You need to answer my
question. We are safe.
Please.
I will. Can I just thank the veteran?
Of course.
Thank you so much. You're right, Rahul, that in this country, there must be no place for any separatists, any terrorists, any leaders. Here, let's go zoom karo. Yasin Malik but Atal Bihari Vajpayee. You were saying, no? Terrorist? Man ki baat, chai pe charcha. Kalle mil rahe the. Burhan Wani, Anand Ranganathan mentioned. 4 lakh rupees, not me, Times of India says, was given by the PDP, BJP government. PDP, Mehbooba Mufti, not just in an alliance with Mr. Modi, who rightfully broke it. Thank you, and compliments to him for breaking it. Do you know when her sister was kidnapped, the BJP government in the center released her sister in exchange of terrorists when the then Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, Farooq Abdullah, and the opposition leader, ex-Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi, a martyr for this country, said no, they should not be released. The BJP released it for her sister. Mehbooba Mufti, the same person who says Afzal Guru hanging is a judicial crime, castigates our judiciary. Congress hung Afzal Guru and the BJP formed an alliance with him. This tricolour, which is on my blood, which is on my heart, was first raised by Jawaharlal Nehru. And Jawaharlal Nehru's fight with Mahatma Gandhi. Please, Nalinji, I have a lot of respect for you, sir. You will get your chance to rebut me and you must give a rejoinder. Now, Jawaharlal Nehru's fight with Mahatma Gandhi was over raising the tricolour at the river Ravi and saying we want Sampurna Azadi, and he refused Gandhiji's proposal of the Union Jack in the corner of the tricolour. That was Jawaharlal Nehru who unruffled the tricolour everywhere in this country. But it is so easy to come up and say, oh, Hemu Kalani and RSS activists, who, by the way, Anand, you must be fact-checked, it was from the AISF and the Swaraj Sena that was associated with the AISF, a left organization. But let me come to the point. I agree and I concede. Though, Anand, the book that you quote for is written by an RSS guy who claims Hemu Kalani's documents and his school certificate and his college certificates activism is from the Swaraj Sena and AISF. But let me come to the point of today. Let me come to the point of today. Let me come to the point of today, and I'm going to say this. I am proud that Rahul Gandhi is carrying the tricolour that his grandfather, great-grandfather, and everyone like General Bakshi fought for, right from Kanyakumari to Kashmir, and he will hoist it at the Congress headquarters. The same RSS headquarters that until 1994 did not host my tricolour, said my tricolour was evil, and when two activists like the brave Sergeant went to hoist the tricolour at the RSS headquarters in Nagpur, they were arrested and sent to jail. The same Constitution of India that Nehru was a part of the Constituent Assembly that Baba Sahib Ambedkar drafted, that the RSS called was foreign. I asked Nalin Kohli today, the Congress has always hoisted the tricolour. We wear it on our hearts, in our blood. Why? Will you apologize for Galwalkar's remarks? Will you apologize? That's the question we ask you.
Okay. Tehseen Poonawala, you haven't answered my central question. You can castigate the BJP. I was never a fan of that PDP alliance. You know this. You have been on Times Now many times. It was the greatest sellout that you could ever possibly conceive. Now, they can tell you that it was done for, the project of uniting the Jammu with Kashmir, this, that, the other. It was the greatest sellout, biggest mistake. They realized their mistake, they got out of it. After that, 370 was abolished, a lot of things happened, which the Congress never, ever, ever even contemplated doing. Now, Tehseen Poonawala, the best response to the BJP and the RSS, and I have to ask you this, would it not be to unfurl the flag at Lal Chowk, or would it be, as Mr. Kamruzaman Chaudhary says, do it somewhere else? It's a very simple question. is Rahul Gandhi today being held back by his allies, political considerations? Has he forgotten the importance, the symbolism that his own great-grandfather attached to unfurling, foisting the tricolour, as you've said, from Lal Chowk? Has he forgotten this? And why has he forgotten it? Tehseen Poonawalla, put your hand on your heart and say that this is a strategic, and I'm being charitable, strategic error on his part.
So one thing, I do believe very strongly, and there I side with you and Anand very strongly, that Mehbooba Mufti should not be a part of this. I'm very strong on this despite being a congressman.
Of what?
Of this Bharat Jodo thing.
Why?
I'm very strong on that.
Why?
Because, you know, when somebody says that the tricolour will not unruffle, I don't like people like that. I think she's always damaged the country. She damaged the country when she's in alliance with the BJP. She got their sister.
So
was
why is she
released by
part
the
of
BJP.
it? Why do you are an insider
I
of the
don't
Congress?
think, I know, I'm not an insider. I just don't think she should be a part
you're
of it.
you're the only one, perhaps, who's connected, who's connected to the nerve center of the Congress. Please. So I'm asking you, why is she then? No, then let's have that conversation.
Correct.
Why is she then part if the BJP was absolutely selling India down the toilet, as you claim?
4 lakhs to Burhan Wani's family.
Fair enough. Then why is the Congress putative scion, the next putative, the Congress believes, Prime Minister of this country in 2024, walking with Mehbooba Mufti? What's the compulsion?
It's not a compulsion. The idea is to bring everyone in the mainstream, just like Prime Minister Modi got a Naga rebels, a success of many Prime Ministers, including Manmohan Singh and Vajpayee.
So bring everyone into the mainstream.
Yes. And
so let me ask you then, why not bring the RSS that you sort of seem to suggest is on the fringes of Indian society also into the mainstream? When Pranab Mukherjee can do it, when his own great-grandfather can do it, Nehru?
And the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Let Nalin Koliji now say Golwalkar was wrong. Let him apologize for Golwalkar. And RSS should be welcomed.
Again, you have skirted the question. You yourself said that this is a mistake to bring Mehbooba Mufti.
Personal
You're critiquing.
Personal opinion.
Sir,
I'm not a fan of
Are you not a loyal Congress supporter?
Absolutely.
Do you not have the interests of the Congress at heart?
Therefore, I don't think
So if a person with a Congress-beating heart says she should not be there, then why is Rahul Gandhi committing this mistake? Don't be charitable. Isn't it because of vote bank compulsion? I'm asking you tonight. Why is Abdullah there then?
What vote bank? Why is Vajpayee sir with this terrorist Yasin Malik doing chai pe charcha and Man Ki Baat? Why did the BJP release terrorists for
the best response, my dear friend, is to go there. Is to go there, upstage everybody else, including the BJP, by hoisting the flag from the Lal Chowk. General Bakshi wants to come in, and Nalin Kohli wants to respond. General Bakshi first, yes, since you've been raising your hand. Go ahead.
Rahul, in itself, it's a very good thing if anybody tries to enhance and deepen the idea of national unity. But I have strong reservations to hypocrisy. I thought the Indian national flag was the symbol of a national unity beyond caste, creed, religion, language, ethnicity, whatever. All right? And it hurts when a national party, when a national leader says he will go to the Lal Chowk and we will not hoist the national flag. You are straight away excluding Kashmir from the ambit of India. And may I remind you that thousands and thousands of Indian soldiers have died to keep it that way.
Sir, he is not going to Lal Chowk.
How can you not
Chowk where the Congress headquarters
unfurl the national flag at the Red Chowk? Because people used to be beaten there. They used to.
Going to Lal Chowk.
He's saying he's not going to Lal Chowk. He's saying it's a mistake.
Can I kindly finish?
Let him finish.
I did not interrupt anybody else.
Sir.
My friend,
sir.
You paid me a lot of homage at the start.
Sir.
Now please hear me out. If you really respect General Bakshi.
Sir.
Thank you, please. You see what Mehbooba Mufti said, that if the Tiranga ko kanda dene wala koi nahi hoga, rivers of blood would flow. All right? And you go there and, you know, the whole aura of national unity that you were trying to create, I think it falls flat on its face. When you say that you won't unfurl the national flag at the Lal Chowk, who are you scared of now? Who are you scared of now? We've had the national flag fluttering on the Dal Lake at the Lal Chowk. Who are you scared of now?
Nehru's great-grandson who...
And it is
You're
not
scared of
the
disapproval of Mehbooba Mufti and Farooq.
I'm sorry.
No,
Scared.
Sir,
You are being shaken. You are being shaken by them. You are being shaken by them.
Why not?
Sir, but why is Nagaland getting a separate flag? That is the question.
Let me bring in Nalin
Mehbooba's
Kohli.
been bought in.
Let me bring in
and
Nalin
ask Nalin sir to
Let
share
me
the
bring in-
Nagaland Accord with you.
Let me bring in Mr. Nalin Kohli. Mr. Nalin Kohli, who's there with us.
They will never reply this to this
Mr. Kohli,
question.
can you hear me?
Why
Okay,
is Article
Mr. Kohli,
371 there?
I think
Nobody
he's,
will answer
Mr.
this
Kohli,
question.
yes. Let me bring in Mr. Kohli. Mr. Kohli, it's an important question the Congress is putting at your door. It says that those who supped with Mehbooba Mufti cannot today question our bona fides and have a problem if Rahul Gandhi doesn't go to Lal Chowk and unfurl the Tiranga. How do you respond to them?
So there was a break of the audio twice, Rahul, so excuse me for that. We were trying to sort that out. Couple of things. The Congress has no locus to ask any of these questions. Because had the Congress and specifically Jawaharlal Nehru followed a policy in the interest of India, we wouldn't have had a Kashmir problem. And I say that with a sense of responsibility. The rest of India integrated beautifully because Sardar Patel did it. Gloriously, Sardar Patel was kept out of Jammu and Kashmir and it was handled directly by Jawaharlal Nehru, and see what we got. It took 70 years to undo the problems that were started in 47, 48. Because perhaps Jawaharlal Nehru ji, in his wisdom, infinite wisdom of that time, chose to perhaps look at the interests of whom he considered his friend, Sheikh Abdullah, rather than the interests of Jammu and Kashmir. Our law minister, Mr. Kiran Rijiju, had put out some documents also a few months ago, pointing out about what Nehru ji said through his own communications and how it points to that. Now let's come to what General Bakshi was saying. Of course, he was very emotional about it. He's a veteran, a decorated veteran. But it does raise two important questions. A, can the national flag and should the national flag be made an object of political tussle? Should the national flag be used by what the Congress calls itself a national party to actually to denigrate it, to score a political point on the BJP and RSS? Is the national flag the property of the BJP or the RSS? What kind of thinking is this? I'm sorry to say, what kind of warped thinking is this? I mean, this is beyond any logic. It is beyond any Indian who cares for the motherland, who has respect for our national flag, would even contemplate of saying. And they say it publicly, they do it in debate, and this is approved by Rahul Gandhi. I mean, it really raises questions of what is his thinking. One could joke about many of his comments, but this crosses limits. No Indian is going to tolerate this. That you reduce the national flag to something petty as a political issue just to score a point on the BJP. It boils my heart too, and my blood. Let's come to the third point. You want to say that the RSS agenda is putting the national flag on Lal Chowk. The symbol of fighting separatism was putting the national flag on Lal Chowk. So are you standing with the separatist agenda? Are you thinking that the agenda of talking of the greater integration of Jammu and Kashmir is an RSS and cannot be an Indian agenda?
Okay, well,
I mean, how can anyone who says he's an Indian citizen even contemplate this? What difference between this thinking and the thinking of Bharat tere tukde ho jayenge, inshallah, inshallah?
Between the BJP and the Congress aside tonight, viewers.
The next point I'd like to say,
tell you,
I didn't interrupt anyone. I have after 27 minutes come.
Okay.
I want one more sentence to come. One sentence, that's it.
Make two more.
The Bharat Jodo Yatra is a jumla, a political, it's a marketing gimmick to relaunch Rahul Gandhi. That is their entitlement. What is Jodo? If in your thinking you have hatred towards other sections of India, which is BJP, RSS, and those who are with the BJP and RSS, this is not Jodna. It's a political marketing gimmick for launching a leader. Let's be clear about it.
Okay, viewers, you've heard two political opponents slug it out tonight. But I want to leave the last word to General Bakshi, because he's above politics. And the reason he's above politics is because he has served our nation by standing up to those who want to fragment it. General Bakshi.
You know, Rahul, when I heard of this this yatra to unify hearts and minds, you know, one was quite impressed. But now one sees the hypocrisy of it. You know, like I said, I re-emphasize, the national flag is the symbol of our national unity beyond caste, creed, religion, politics, any and everything. People have given their life for it. Lal Chowk has a special resonance. The students of the NIT were thrashed black and blue in Srinagar for carrying the national flag. You know, in the emotive time of cricket matches with Pakistan, their bones were broken, Rahul. And so many of our brave hearts, you know, some civilian brave hearts tried to hoist the national flag at the Lal Chowk. And they were thrashed. They were beaten in their own country by their own state police. Look, this is the travesty of everything that national unity stands for. And it boils my bloody blood when I see the national flag being disrespected. And I tell you again, look, this flag represents you and me. It flutters because of the last breath of every soldier who dies for this country. You cannot disrespect it, dash it. And you can't talk of national unity in the same breath. It hurts. You understand? It hurts. Whatever you do, you don't play with the national flag. And when you do it, you know, on an agenda that I'm doing it for national unity, then please stand by what you are saying. Stand up for what you are saying and be counted at the Red Chowk, at the Lal Chowk, where people were thrashed for upholding this tricolour. People have died for this tricolour, right? And if it can be made it can be devalued for scoring political brownie points, then you are not doing national unity.
There you go.
Then that is, sir, hypocrisy. And hypocrisy is the worst sin.
It's the worst sin. Viewers, it's the worst sin. Let me tell you. And we here on Times Now call out hypocrisy. I think that the Congress, if it really believes that it is embarking on this great unity march, should rethink, as Tehseen Poonawalla says, drop Mehbooba Mufti and company and venture forth and hoist the national tricolour, the Tiranga, our beloved Tiranga, on Lal Chowk. Should do it. And then it can stand tall and call out the hypocrisy of just about anyone else. Listen to the soldier on this show tonight. I want to move on, viewers. I want to move on because we saw unprecedented scenes today. Unprecedented scenes.